Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Chaffee. It's weather in 5 days in 5 minutes, and we're catching a little bit of a break today, and that will, at least with some sunshine, give us a slight temperature boost. We had a lot of areas yesterday that didn't get out of the 40s thanks to the cloud cover. Although we did see some clearing work its way down from New England down into southern New England to Long Island to about New York City and parts of the Hudson Valley. Getting a little bit more today, so temperatures should be able to climb up at least into the middle 50s. Look at the satellite loop this morning, and you can see this opening that occurred in New England. And the other thing that stands out through all of this is that we have a major storm that is developing off the Virginia coast. You can see the rotation on the visible satellite loop. Little bit of an unusual setup because of the blocking pattern. So our flow of air is actually coming in from the northeast. So we get this little patch of dry air that moves in today, but then that is going to be followed by the circulation of this storm just continuing to impact the weather in the northeast. And you see the clouds that are up in the upper right, they're backing southwestward. So we're going to look for those clouds to start coming in during tonight and probably during the day tomorrow. Meantime, at least from the standpoint of the radar, uh, we don't have a whole lot going on. There are actually a couple of showers off the New Jersey coast down into southern Delaware, and they're moving southwestward. Again, that's the impact of this large circulation that we are seeing in the eastern part of the United States. Elsewhere around the country, seeing some snow up in Montana and parts of North Dakota, and a little bit of just some scattered precip around the rest of the nation. This is not going to be a big severe weather day from what we can see. The Storm Prediction Center only showing a small area of marginal risk there in parts of South Dakota and into Nebraska. Otherwise, much of the nation is going to be thunderstorm free. The severe weather risk does continue to be rather small for tomorrow in a small portion of Kansas, and then pushing to day 3, which is for Friday. This is where we start to see a marginal to slight risk start to expand a bit in southern Texas. But on the whole, we're in a rather quiet period of severe weather. So let's just take a look at how this is all going to play out. We have a blocking pattern in the atmosphere, and that is because we have this upper high that has built in from the Atlantic westward into eastern Canada. So that is forcing weather systems to track to our south, and we have a trough here with an upper low that represents the major storm that is developing offshore, and that is going to rotate for a couple of days. So we will be under its influence probably into Friday. Here's the upper air for Friday morning. That system is still southeast of Cape Cod, and then it gradually pulls away. So I'm guardedly optimistic that we'll see a little bit of improvement over the weekend. And then eventually, as we get into next week, Monday and Tuesday, we might actually see temperatures start to respond a bit. And maybe we'll have a couple of days where we'll have our highs back up into the 60s. So, short range, the issue is going to be the moisture that's going to start coming back from the northeast. And there's your low this morning offshore, moving eastward. And then you start to see the surface storm kind of stalls out there, does a little bit of a counterclockwise loop, and you get this arm of rain that tries to back westward. This is later Thursday afternoon. You see it up in New England. It moves southwestward to about New York City. Then it starts to weaken a bit. I would just be very cautious here with regards to how this will play out, because oftentimes with these ocean storms, when they in situations like this, they don't often handle the rain area backing westward all that well. So we may wind up seeing this rain area being slightly more robust. The GFS model, for example, you see the low moves out to the east and just kind of does this little counterclockwise loop. You get some rain that backs westward on the GFS for later Thursday night into Friday morning. We have rain in southern New England back to about New York City and maybe even down into coastal New Jersey. It looks like it doesn't make it as far west as, say, Pennsylvania or down into Maryland, but we will definitely see clouds coming back from this, and that will hold temperatures down. So for the rest of today, as we said, temperatures will be mostly in the 50s just about everywhere. It will be cooler right along the shore. And on Thursday, we'll probably also be in the 50s. Well, again, watch those clouds increase. Rain may be coming back southwestward into southern New England to about New York City Thursday night into Friday morning, perhaps even down into coastal New Jersey. Inland areas will have more in the way of clouds. Temperatures Friday will be mostly in the 50s. Saturday, again, in the 50s, maybe a little bit more in the way of some breaks of sunshine over the weekend. And then Sunday, we start to nudge those thermometers up a bit, back up above 60 in many locations away from the ocean, and into the 60s for Monday and Tuesday. Fortunately, at least once this storm pulls out, the next weather system that's in the plains now, that's going to weaken as it moves eastward. It just kind of falls apart. So again, that's why that guarded optimism for the weekend. Monday looks okay. Tuesday, the models are trying to show some kind of a weather system, a bit of a warm front with maybe a shower. I'll reserve judgment on that when we get a little bit closer. But my advice usually in the springtime, especially in the early part of the spring, is when you have sunny days, do take advantage of them. Of course, we're kind of limited as to what we can do as far as taking advantage of it, given our situation. But if you can get outside in your backyard or a place where you can be isolated, um, take advantage of it. The sun will do you some good. So that's it for Weather in 5 today. The Joe and Joe Weather Show coming up tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on my YouTube channel, Joe Chaffee. So be sure to tune in, and we'll keep you updated on what's going on the weather app, the free weather app, the Meteorologist Joe Chaffee weather app, which you can download on Google Play or on the App Store. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you later.